Welcome to the Software People Stories. I'm Shiv.
I'm Chitra.
And I'm Gayatri.
We bring you interesting, untold stories of people
Associated with the creation
or consumption of software-based solutions.
You'll hear stories of what worked
and sometimes what didn't.
You will also hear very personal experiences
and insights that would trigger your thoughts
and inspire you to do even greater things.
Before we jump into today's conversation, a special thanks to PM Power Consulting for encouraging and supporting this show right from the start. With over 1,000 person-years of collective experience, PM Power has helped many organizations, teams, and individuals chart out their own journeys of excellence and make progress. Thank you, PM Power. Now, let's move to today's episode.
In today's episode, you will hear from Shubangi, who's a director of APAC region for Alstom, which is a railways firm, starting her career in getting inspired by her brother and moving from choice towards information technology and software simply because she loved doing programming in C. And she covers her experience of developing her leadership skills as well as gaining her Six Sigma and Black Belt. And that has formed as a major career breakthrough in her next firm in Alstom, which is she's spent the last 10 years in. How she had a steep learning in terms of getting into analytics, and now as a owner of digital transformation for the entire region as an IT director. It's a fascinating journey where she covers how her courage and ability to say yes to many opportunities and building over her past successes one at a time. Listen on. Welcome to the Software People Stories, Shubangi. So nice to have you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me over.
Shubhangi, I know from your profile that you are a head of digital transformation for Alstom in APAC, and I also seen that you are a career person. You built career in two different companies, if you will, in GE from extremely electronic specificity, and Alstom, while it is still in the digital space, but still very more railway specific. So I'm very interested to hear your stories today.
Sure. Where do I start? I mean, yeah, you're right. I have just been in two companies, one in GE for 11 years and right now in Alstom, running in my 10th year.
Okay.
So, and throughout it has been mostly on the IT and all facets of IT, right, for the business. It's only recently, in the last 2 years, I'm directly working in a customer-facing role, enabling digital on rail. And it's very fascinating, and it only elevated my understanding of coming to the front end in front of the customers and sharing those solutions, deploying those solutions on rail. It gave me a totally different taste of whatever I had learned in the last 18 years. Just being as a backend engine, usually IT is seen as a backend engine supporting the business to do their stuff. But now it has transformed into something much bigger in terms of offering digital solutions to the customers, rail digital solutions to the customers. So, yeah.
Great. Shubhangi, why don't we start from the beginning in terms of, I mean, I know we're all in software side, we've been built careers in this. What was your earliest memory? Was it engineering? Was it early? Before that, you started tinkering in software. I'm very curious.
Yeah, it's actually a very fascinating story. In fact, a similar question was asked for in one of my interviews, So actually engineering, why engineering? Mainly because my brother took engineering. Okay, I have an elder brother who is also very well He's actually a true engineer, electronics and communication engineer, went on to do his PhD as well in Wi-Fi, and he is now more like a research scientist in Apple. So true engineer, did engineering, doing engineering job, right? So because he did engineering, and at that time in the 90s, it was a boom, IT boom, right? So until that time, until 11th, right? The path that was laid for me was, okay, you'll either become a lawyer, or you'll become a teacher, or you'll go join bank or something like that. But since there was this avenue that was explored, I was like, I always grew up with this thing, right? If my brother can do it, even I can do it. That kind of a mindset. So just because he took, I took. And I took electronics, right?
Excellent.
And then,
So did I, okay? I'm also
no, the story is not complete. I took electronics, first year engineering, I go there, I don't understand a thing in basic electronics, and I'm already, so tensed about the entire topic, but I was very fascinated with programming. And that is how I took a branch change to information science. I was able to make out, okay, this is a problem, then I need to solve it using my programming skills. Engineering, inspired by my brother, but the choice of branch is fully mine. Mainly because of the programming, right? I enjoyed programming in my first year. We had C programming lab, and it made all the more sense for me because it was solving problems using programming. It was as straightforward as that. It was something that I was able to comprehend, I was able to understand, I could see, I can comprehend, and I can do things. Electronics, they're just talking so many things in imagination. So what I can't see, I can't contribute. I mean, I cannot comprehend. So yeah, that's how I went, and I thoroughly enjoyed every year of different levels of programming, microprocessor lab, logic design, COBOL. Ask for it, everything was there. Java, data structures, network, operating system, compilers, everything. So it was very good. I mean, I was so happy. So on campus, I was placed in Cognizant.
Okay.
But I think in 2005, there was a small recession, which was not a global recession, but I think because they delayed the joining of the freshers, especially in services company. So I did not hear from Cognizant. June 14th, my last day of the exam was over, and within a week or two, we got our results as well. So in July, I was kind of getting bored because a lot of my other friends who joined product company like HP or an IBM Software Labs, they already started working. And I was like, what am I doing? So I, I went ahead and started giving interviews, walk-in interviews. And even GE also, my brother sent my resume to somebody in GE Research, and they referred me, and I got a walk-in opportunity. And I started on August 9th, 2005. So within a month of efforts, I was already working. And in GE also, it's a captive IT unit. It's not a services company. So
Okay.
I never worked in a services company, and I don't know how it is. So in a captive IT unit, the formula is very different. Yeah, there is no concept of bench, go find a project, go find a client, nothing. You are building everything for the business. So I started in an infrastructure area, servers, databases, monitoring of the applications, JavaScripting, and all of those things. Everything end to end in the infrastructure, I learned in the first 2 years. And then at that time, in GE, they have a lot of beautiful leadership programs. Very well conducted, executed, and actually GE was known I think
It
I
is
should tell
known.
is,
I should not
although
say it is still known. Jeffimate, and it's known for its how they build
the leaders, right,
leaders
to
and
the
everything. Yeah.
nation. I mean, to everyone, right? So there was one guy who did a rotation in our team as part of that leadership program. So, and he shared what he is doing, how does it work? And I was like, hey, even I need to get into this program. But there was a caveat that you need to be an MBA for that. They were taking from B schools and putting in that program. But I am an engineering graduate working here for 1.5 years. I don't know whether. So I went and spoke to my manager that, I want to, if at all there is opportunity for internal GE people to apply to that program, I want to. So I think somehow it manifested, it happened. They started taking people internally, young graduates, into the program. And then I got into the program in 2007. I went through the interview process, but I got into the program. I did 4 different assignments. It basically exposes you to different GE businesses doing 4 different assignments in different. It could be a technical rotation, it could be a process rotation, it could be just a project management rotation, or it could be just a business rotation. It could also involve you going into the manufacturing shop floor, understand how things are happening in the factory, like that. You get different exposure. Then at the end of that, you have to pick a permanent job in a team, go and do things. Okay, but what I did was, because I really loved this moving, because I get to learn a lot. At that time, there was also a Lean Six Sigma Black Belt program, which is similar to this leadership development program. So I chose that path because I wanted to continue to explore different teams and deliver value. In IMLP, the leadership program is Information Management Leadership Program. In IMLP, it's time bound. It's 6 months. In 6 months, you will be given objectives. You deliver on those objectives, and you move on. You don't have to necessarily see an end result of a project. If initiation alone is your objective, you just initiate and you move. The next person will take and do it. Whereas in a black belt program, you have to deliver an end-to-end value.
Okay. It's experiential as well as
Yeah.
actual
Yeah,
output. Okay.
exactly. So I went there. Why was I so attracted to this Lean Six Sigma is when I got the call from GE to join, right? I have one of my cousins. He said, hey, you're going to GE. I want you to learn Six Sigma. They are awesome in Six Sigma. Whatever it is, whatever certification, you have to get all the certification. And when I joined, they said within 6 months of you joining, you should be green belt certified. So they train you in Six Sigma, you will do a project in Six Sigma and you get green belt. So I got the green belt certification. So that actually paved way for my interest later to take the black belt. So in the black belt program, one was directly customer facing. It's a consumer experience team. So in GE appliances, this I'm talking in 2009. Okay. In GE appliances, they would sell appliances, right? Now you buy in US, you buy. At that time, you didn't have Amazon, you didn't have Flipkart. The e-commerce website, geappliances.com, will be there. There is no return process. You need to call an IVR and you have to book your return. Okay. And then they will, whenever they want, they will send. Then it has to be received in the finished goods, in the inventory. Then either you will get a replacement, whole lot of things. And you have already 3 months is passed in that. So my project was to enhance this consumer experience to reduce the lead time for the return.
Excellent. Okay.
So, yeah, so that was like, I would say, the most enjoyed project where I delivered a particular interface to the user where they could track where exactly it is, when they should return, when the person will come to pick up, when it will be credited, and so on. Right.
Okay.
So the entire process, I did that. And the other one was internal IT, your mean time between failures metric. in optimization and so on. But that is very near to my heart because it gave me an opportunity to interact with the consumers directly, to build the user stories. By that time, Agile had already kicked in. To build the user stories and develop a product backlog and deliver it in that sprint fashion. So then after Black Belt, now I didn't have a chance to take another leadership program. They said you better find a team and you have to contribute. So then I took the ERP operations role for supply chain for GE appliances and lighting. And at that time, GE appliances and lighting was undergoing a ERP transformation. They were still on mainframe systems. They had to move to ERP. And GE appliances took a decision that they will move to Oracle ERP. Lighting took a decision that they will move to SAP ERP. So there was a conflict. There was a period in time that I would get incidents for appliances or for lighting from the manufacturing shop floor that month end they are not able to close the books, inventory is not updated. It was a total chaos. Thankfully, I think it is my luck. 1 year into the role, lighting separated from appliances, and then it was only appliances, and I learned a whole lot about supply chain. I mean, end-to-end supply chain, including procurement, including distribution, fulfillment, demand planning. There's so many actual stuff that happens in the business until it goes to the end customer. So I managed the operations. Then there came a point. So by that time it was already 10 years in GE. Then there came a point where they were spinning off appliances business. It was put for sale.
Okay.
And they also froze that we cannot move to any GE business. All the headcount has to stay.
Okay.
Okay, you cannot apply elsewhere, go to another GE business to explore. So then I thought, okay, then I'm stuck here. Whoever takes GE Appliances. Finally, GE Appliances was bought by Hire. It is called GE Appliances by Hire now, right now. But in 2015, that freeze came. So that is when I applied in early. It's the same thing. When I began my career, in 1 month, I landed. Similarly, even here, I just put my resume out. Immediately, it got picked and I landed in Alstom. There was a short 3 months duration in Shell, but I think I should share it because for other women to consider. So GE office was right across the road for me. I would walk to work.
Okay.
Right. Whereas Shell was in Outer Ring Road. It was 15 kilometers from here, and I would spend almost 3 hours on road traveling.
Okay.
That was too much for me to take, and my kids were still small. My younger one was in Montessori, and my elder one was in first grade or something like that. So I was like, I will call it a day. I cannot continue like this. I'm out before they are out for school, and I come back when it's almost their bedtime, so it's not possible. So Alstom happened, and I left them. I was there only for 3 months, actually. Even in those 3 months, I learned a lot about Shell business. So I with a heavy heart, I left. There was nothing against the organization. It was only this, because it's a decision I had to take. It was very crucial decision.
Shubhangi, I think all of us have to take those decisions. I think it's important to take, we often call in Agile world, fail fast. It's not about failure in terms of actually work product itself. It sometimes wavelength doesn't match, and or physically it's okay to just say, okay, it's not working for me, and come out of it rather than being bitter and staying without any kind of an alignment or happiness. So Alstom, so Alstom happened after GE. So what, apart from the acquisition angle, I'm very surprised. I think there is another person whom I spoke to recently also spoke very similar. when there is an acquisition happened, is when there is also the need to say, okay, have I grown enough in this organization? Should I start looking out for? Very interesting. I think I'm able to see some of these common threads. And
Yeah.
so, what happened next? What is it? What was the role that you applied for? I think that is critical because
Oh, in Alstom.
yeah, in Alstom, yeah.
Oh, okay. So in Alstom, it is a totally different story. I was already in Shell, and but my resume was out there in the industry, right? So somebody picked it up and they called me and they said, "Hey, this is an opportunity for a continuous improvement manager because you are Lean Six Sigma Black Belt certified. So we are looking for somebody to come and improvise few of our processes and all that." So I went there to interview for that role, but it so happened the person who was supposed to interview me was so busy, they did not even interview. And then I said, hey, my weekend is precious. I cannot wait forever. It's all right. It's not a big deal. It's not end of the world. I will have other things. And I was walking out when the VP of that organization met me. And I said, this is what happened. So he said, I will interview you. Come. He took me into the room. And so he said, it was not even an interview, it was just a discussion. And he so beautifully explained that Alstom at that time had just finished this deal with GE, where Alstom Power was sold to GE, and GE e-loco business of the GE Transport was bought by Alstom. So, and IT went with GE, so they had to establish an IT for Alstom from scratch, from ground. So they had just started that journey in 2015, and it was going to end in 2017. So I went there in 2016 August. So he said, this is not an interview. I'm just presenting to you what we are trying to achieve, and do you want to partner with us in this journey? So, and it was very, very interesting for me because it's a challenge. And the best part is it's just 15 minutes drive to work. So I'm like, okay, tick the boxes. I'm like, okay, I'm up for it. And I went. It was like, it's like I'm blindfolded, left in the forest, and I'm surrounded by wild animals. And, and I need to escape from there. Okay, I mean, escape by doing the task. It's like Mario puzzle, no?
Okay.
Like you have to go to the next level by crossing all the hurdles. You will get devils, you will get thorns, you will get so many things. It was like that because it was a very, very, very chaotic time in Alstom because they had to establish everything from scratch. So there was a need for somebody to track the contracts that we have signed with the partners. There was a need for establishing interim ways of working until we cut off from GE. How do we work until we have our own system? So those things, there were many things. So that is the role I went into. And I passed 1 year in that chaotic world because it was not just me. Anybody who joined, it was like that. It was very, very chaotic, but we learned to deliver in chaos.
Okay.
It was not straightforward. It was not, this is white, this is black, you go this way. It was all gray. And that was the best part of my role. And I really thank God for giving me such wonderful opportunity because my learning trajectory, it just, I think it just went off the axis.
Okay.
It was so fulfilling. I felt so good that okay, I have done something, man. I have I have contributed to establishing IT from scratch for such a big organization. So yeah, so that was that happened, and then I went on to take the digital role, digital transformation, where I had to establish some platforms from scratch. Give it to the business and also get into delivery mode.
Okay.
That was also very good because it was hardcore technology work. So before that, it was all process, talking, communication, influencing, negotiation, everything. But this was hardcore technology. I had to build a technology team. I had to talk in that language. I had to hire people. I had to hire data scientists on the team. This was in 2018. Okay, and data science, in at least in Alstom, it was picking up only then.
Yeah. Even in our entire industry also, it was just picking up. Data scientist means it be like data warehouse or data analyst, not necessarily data scientist. This is like a chalk and cheese role.
Yeah. So I would go through YouTube videos, okay, to learn a few things, because but what helped me in data science is my Six Sigma black belt, statistics, statistics knowledge on how you do a null hypothesis, how you take the probability score to, clean up the data and consider the relevant one and take decisions. It's all about decision making with the data, right? So that helped me big time in that position of mine. Then I was made the head of analytics platforms. So I had to drive the entire technical roadmap for analytics, starting from diagnostic analytics to prescriptive analytics, all 4 quadrants of analytics. Set up the platform, put the delivery model, hire people, run the team, do everything. So I did that for 3 years. And then my CIO said that now come, face the business, deliver this IT strategy in the region. So that's how I got into IT director role. So, and it was, I was in a global analytics delivery mode. So there you don't interact with the business so much. Go on delivering, that's it, right? But in this role of business partner, you need to go talk to the business and deliver whatever is the IT strategy. It could be ERP transformation, it could be network transformation, it could be cloud and compute transformation. COVID happened. We had to enable anywhere, anytime, any device. It doesn't matter. Everybody is working remotely. How do we enable a secure remote connection for our employees? How, and everything was intranet, right? You, as long as you were in your company's network, you can access the server, you can access the through Citrix and all of those things. But now you are from home. So what do you do? Right? So those solutions. So it paved way. COVID, probably it had a lot of, it might have negative impacts. But for us, it had, it paved way for a lot of digitalization, enabling the workforce to be able to connect, to work, to deliver wherever they are. It doesn't matter whether you're in office, you're at home, it didn't matter. So that we had to deliver transformation in all facets of IT. Then last year in January or so, my CIO decided that it's not just IT anymore. Because of all the digital transformation that we have delivered, now we also go to the digital on rail as well, including cybersecurity. So, so now the role is expanded. You are in APAC region, but then you will also sell rail digital products, and with cybersecurity by design. So yeah, so last 1.5 years across APAC, starting from India to Australia, 12 countries where Alstom has operations and customers. I've had the blessing or opportunity to talk to our end customers, to bid in the tenders for the products and deliver solutions. And again, this is another opportunity. I'm still learning, by the way. I have not mastered it. Every meeting with the customer is a learning. I mean, it is really uplifting my understanding of the digital landscape on rail. It is also giving me exposure to the competitors. What are my competitors doing? All right, where am I? What should I do differently so that I have an edge? So it's a mix of technical, management, influencing, negotiation, market intelligence, all put together. It's been 1.5 years,
Okay.
and it's been really fascinating, and I'm enjoying it.
Excellent. I love this. I love your journey in terms of how each step has sort of paved the way for the next step. And I love
Yeah,
this. Also, one of the things that I often recommend as a coach, right, is look for the next as next challenge in a matter of 2 years. Once you finish your 2 years, start looking for it so that I'm not saying that you should look for a different company, but in the same company,
yeah,
look for a next challenge, expanded role or adjacent role. I mean, whichever
yeah,
way.
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
think inadvertently, I think you've done that. You started about 20 years back career and
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
slowly, without consciously doing it. I think it helps to have that sort of a longevity in a firm
yeah,
for
yeah,
opportunities to come. Fantastic, Shubhangi.
yeah,
So, couple of follow-on questions from your journey
yeah,
is given that you have come from a quality. I know you've got an ITIL background and
yeah,
Six Sigma, and you're actually now looking at, apart from analytics, now you're looking at a broader landscape of
yeah.
customer intelligence. So, do you use your data analytics and data and quality aspect of it to drive some of this digital transformation?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because time and again, few customers in APAC, right, they call for collaboration, act of collaboration,
Okay.
right? We may not have in our, I mean, whatever they are asking, we may not have it in our solution offering portfolio or a catalog, right? So, but then when they call for collaboration, we need to be ready to quickly build something dirty, even if it is not there. And for me to do that, I need to have ability to take data from a system that is not even mine, right? It's a customer system. I need to build an architecture in a way that I can tap that data and I can build a analytical framework. So without taking the name of the customer, I'll give you an example what it means. So a customer comes to me and says, hey, I want you to give me a solution where it scans the train and gives me visual images of the defects that I need to fix. Not only that, it should also give prescriptive. Like if there is no defect, but there is a probability of a defect, then in how much time will it happen? And at that time, what is the time that I have in front of me? And at that time, what is the decision I need to take? You know, so I have a partial solution with me, but with that I cannot deliver what the customer is asking, right? So definitely all the things that I learned in my analytics role comes into play. That too, if we don't have it in our solution portfolio offering. So we work with the customers. We first put the plan of how the data mining has to happen. Then over that, we put the process mining, because at what points should this data be extracted? That is also important. And once we have the data, what will sit on that to give this integration to the customer? So they wanted visual images, right? Then computer vision as a technology comes into play. So how do I integrate? How do I make sense of this image data? What data lake will I use? Because it's unstructured data, it's images. How do I stitch it? How do I do the analytics on that? And how do I give this prescriptive thing? They don't actually, customers don't expect accuracy so much, right? They just want to see whether there is willingness, that you want to
Okay.
do, you want to contribute, you want to collaborate, right? So we quickly go and try and do, and they are actually okay if we fail. They are not very this thing, but it's not that we have failed, but at least we have shown some results. Then
Okay.
we build on that.
Okay.
So that is how I have used all my years of experience
Oh,
in
excellent.
my current role.
Wonderful. Following up with your, application of data sciences and quality and in your current role, what is it that keeps you excited in terms of, because I can imagine working in the APAC region, your day must be starting at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Because there is a higher overlap. Because I was working with
Australia, yeah.
Singapore, not Australian team, but Singapore team itself, I would start at my day at 6:30 in India time. So so
Yeah.
tell me about your personal, aspects of this change in role.
Actually, it is not that bad,
Okay.
because I have my teams in these countries.
Okay.
I have team in Australia, I have team in Singapore, in Bangkok, in China, right? So these teams form the face to the business. So I get involved only when there is a very, very critical customer meeting or an escalation that needs to be, a quick decision that they expect from the leadership. So otherwise, the teams are very competent enough to manage things in their clusters. We call them as clusters because more than one country, it becomes a cluster.
Okay.
So Singapore, Malaysia is a cluster. Australia, New Zealand is a cluster. So I have heads for the clusters who manage the show for me mostly. And most of the meetings only start after 8 a.m. our time.
Okay.
So by that time, things are settled at home. So 8 a.m. is okay for me. Only very, very rare. Probably, quarterly once. Quarterly once is also too much. But if I have to assign a number, quarterly once, probably I'm in a call at 4 a.m. because there is a customer who called for a clarification on a tender, probably.
Okay. Nice.
So,
So,
yeah.
what about the nuances of working with different cultural people, right? If it is Australian, I mean, so today, funnily, somebody was working out of Australia and I was having a transaction and he responded, "Thanks, mate." I'm like, "Okay, you're welcome." Then he said,
Yeah.
"It was not meant for you." I was like, so see, normally it's the way we talk is different. In Singapore, we'll always have this, okay, la, okay, no, okay, no, okay, no. So there's always this confirmation that you keep asking. Different cultures have different ways of working, right? In the end of the day, the success of your role will be dependent on the team culture, values, and so on and so forth. How do you ensure Alstom value you've inculcated, and the same thing is your team is also having that? How do you manage that part?
That is one ground that all of us are bound by. That Alstom values, the way we work, the ways of working, the ground rules is well. I mean, it keeps all of us grounded. And like you said, I mean, mate is a very common thing in Australia, so it's fine. I mean, over a period of time, it's been 3 years in this role, in APAC role. So in 3 years, I have learned how each country talks. In China, they are very, very respectful. They are like, even to talk, they think twice, thrice. But then they are very strong also in terms of their knowledge. If they know something, they really know something. They don't bullshit it. And in Australia, they're very commanding. Yeah, I mean, they have the friendly side of it, but they're also very commanding because they are the first ones to face the day, a new day, right? If at all problem comes, they are the first one to face the problem. And by the time they get support from India, it's already 5 hours and almost end of day for them. So there are some frustrations and things like that. So I figured out that this is how it is. And we worked amongst ourselves as a team to best fit what works for the cluster. There was some give and take. There was some let go also, not holding to the rule. No, this is the way IT will deliver. This is the way we will give to the customer. Go tell the customer. We couldn't do that, right? Few things we had to, for business continuity. For anybody, business continuity becomes priority. So for that, if there is few things that we need to toe the line, we have towed the line. Few things where we had to stand our ground, we have stood our ground. But what is driving it is the rules of the company. So yeah, and I have also learned this is the way they are, and I have navigated through it.
So one of the
Sorry.
things that often we misunderstand is that we think either that we say that all of us are the same way and manage it, or other way around is we sort of mend us too much to the other party and sort of create a different conflict. I think I like the way you're saying in terms of balance by ensuring that that common code is laid out, and then
Yeah.
create a way in which within a cluster how it works, and then help each other
Yeah.
the way that works.
I mean, I also give some amount of autonomy to the cluster heads, right? Because they are there on the ground. They know what is the ground situation. And there is a amount of trust that needs to be as a ground rule. There is amount of trust that you need to entrust on your team,
Okay.
right? And whenever you think that it was not maintained, I'm very candid. I'm very upfront. I don't wait for one-on-ones to give feedback, whether it's a good job or a bad job, whatever. I just pick up the phone, I talk to them, I tell, no, this is not the way. Or if it was fantastic, I just pick up and give kudos to them.
Okay.
So I think that is what has worked. And the team also has understood my way of working. So I think we struck a chord there. I know them, they know me. And
Okay.
that's it. That's all is needed.
Fantastic. Transparency and authenticity helps and goes a long way here, Shubhangi. So I know we have been talking beyond what we decided. So any final advice that you want to share with young professionals or middle managers from your experience? What are the few things that you would urge them to follow from your journey?
I would say be bold, right? Usually what I've seen, the difference between us and men, this is my observation, and it was also presented in one of the Gartner summit. So when there is a position that is open, right, what men will do, they want to grow, they want to take, right? So they'll go and apply. I will figure it out, right? But whereas women, right, they will go through the requirements. Yes, I do this, this I don't do, this I don't do. And on a scale of 10, they will tell, okay, I'm on 5 on 10. The remaining 5 I don't know. So I don't think I can apply. That stops them. So I feel that if you want to do something, you want to get somewhere, right? Go for it. Help will come. You will figure it out. You have come this far. It's nothing is a rocket science, right? You will figure it out. Have that confidence in you and go take it. All the roles that I shared now, right, they are totally different, mutually exclusive. I have no idea. I don't know computer vision. So what? In my job description, if I leave and my boss puts a job description for me, if there are women out there who want to apply, they will not tick all the boxes. So what? I didn't tick all the boxes, but I figured it out, right? So that you should have that confidence in you that I will figure it out. Be like the men, go, take it, and nail it.
Perfect. Excellent advice. I love it. Be bold and go behind your goals. Because that's if you don't support yourself, who else is going to do it, right? See, I mean, see, while you can say I need to have a mentor, I need to have a supporter, sponsor, all of that, but in the end of the day, that action has to
come from you.
Yeah,
it should come from you. And worst, what will happen? You will fail in that role. Big deal. You have learnings. It's not end of the world. You always have something else to look for. Exactly. You tried it. At least you will be proud about yourself that I tried.
Yeah, exactly. Putting yourself out there. Excellent. Thank you so much, Shubhangi. I think I have had a blast in listening to your career, and I find it a privilege to hear from you, and I hope our listeners do too.
No, likewise, Gayatri. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I enjoyed talking about myself so much. I hope it inspires the listeners. And yeah, some other time I want to talk to you to hear your story too.
Definitely. Looking forward to that, Shubhangi.
Yeah.
All the best and good evening. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you.
We thank Siddharth for the music and Anita for promoting the Software People stories.
If you like this episode,
Please subscribe on your favorite podcast client.
And spread the word in your network.
if you'd like to share your story,
Contact us at podcasts@pm-powerconsulting.com.